At exactly 12:30 a.m., someone knocked on my door. Knock, 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 knock. I was alone downstairs. Everyone else in my house was asleep. At first, I ignored it, but then the knocking came again. This time, it was louder. Knock, knock, knock. I slowly walked towards the door. I looked through the window, and what I saw made my entire body freeze. There was a woman standing outside. She was completely soaked by the rain. I opened the door, and the moment I saw her face, I couldn't breathe. She looked exactly like me. Same eyes, same nose, same lips. Even the tiny scar above her eyebrow were exactly where mine was. I wanted to scream, but before I could say anything, she looked straight into my eyes and whispered, "Tell your mother I am back." Then she turned around and disappeared into the darkness. I couldn't sleep that night, but I had no idea that was only the beginning. The next morning, the moment I told my mother what happened, she dropped the cup in her hand. Crash! It crashed on the floor. She stared at me. Then she asked, "What did she look like?" I described the woman. My mother suddenly became pale. I asked her, "Mommy, who is she?" She didn't answer. Instead, she whispered, "Forget what you saw." I refused. I asked again, and this time, my mother looked at me straight in my eyes and said, "Some people are better left dead." That sentence frightened me more than the woman at the door, because at that moment, I knew my mother knew who she exactly was. Then, that afternoon, I searched through our old family photograph. I wasn't looking for anything in particular until I found an old picture of my mother holding a baby. I smiled until I noticed something strange. There was another baby beside her. I stared at the photograph. 2 babies, 2 girls. But I had already been told I was an only child. I took the photograph to my mother. The moment she saw it, she started crying. Finally, she told me the truth. 25 years ago, she had given birth to twin girls. My sister, Ada, and I. According to my mother, Ada died when we were babies. But then I asked her, how did she die? My mother went silent. She couldn't answer. And that is when I knew Ada's story wasn't over. That night, I remembered something. There was a room upstairs that nobody was allowed to enter. My mother had warned us about it since we were children. I did not understand why, but now I do, and I wanted answers. I searched my father's room and found an old key. I went upstairs and stood in front of the locked door. My hands were shaking and trembling. I inserted the key. Click! The door opened. The room was empty. Dust everywhere. But there was an old mirror against the wall. I walked closer. Then I noticed something was written behind the mirror. 4 words. I did not die. My heart started beating violently. Suddenly, I heard footsteps behind me.
No.
I turned. Nobody.
I know what I saw.
Then, boom! The door slammed shut.
Get away!
I screamed.
Stay back!
I tried opening it. It wouldn't move.
I know what I saw.
Then I heard a woman's voice,
Look at me.
very close to my ears.
Get away!
Amaka. I
Stay
froze.
back. No.
It was the same voice from the
I
night
know
before.
what I saw.
I slowly turned towards the mirror. And for 1 second,
Get away!
I saw the mysterious woman standing behind me. I
know what
screamed in fear. I turned around.
Look at me.
Nobody was there. When I looked back at the mirror, she was gone.
No.
Then the door opened.
I know what I
My
saw.
mother was standing there,
Look at
and
me.
she was crying. She looked at me and whispered,
Stay back.
"You were never meant to find this room." I asked her the question I had been afraid to ask. "Mommy, is Ada alive?" My mother didn't answer, but her tears gave me the answer. The next morning, I confronted my father. I asked him about Ada. He became furious.
Tell me.
He asked me to stop asking questions.
I.
Then I mentioned the woman who had come to our house. His entire expression changed.
I want the truth.
He became terrified. Then he whispered, "She has come back." Before I could ask what he meant, he heard a knock at the front door.
I want the truth.
Everyone became silent. I slowly walked towards the door. It opened, and there she was, the woman from the previous night. She looked exactly like me. Then she looked at my father and said, "You told everyone I was dead." The father couldn't answer.
I saw what you
Ada
did.
finally told me what happened. She never drowned. She never died. 25 years ago, she discovered something terrible about my father.
True, isn't it?
He had been stealing money from the family business. Ada threatened to expose him, so he arranged for her to disappear. She was taken away and locked somewhere, but Ada escaped. She survived, and for 25 years, she stayed away until she decided to come back. I thought that was the biggest secret. I was wrong. Ada reached into her bag and pulled out an old photograph. She gave it to me.
Look at this.
I looked at it
My child.
and my heart sank.
But that's
It showed my mother holding me as a baby. Standing beside her was a man I had never seen in my life. I looked at my mother. Ada whispered, "That man is your real father." I couldn't breathe. My entire childhood suddenly felt like it was a lie. I turned to my mother. She was crying. She finally admitted it. My father wasn't my biological father. But then Ada said, "That is not the worst part." I looked at her. "What do you mean?" She stared towards the staircase.
Did you hear that?
Then she whispered,
Coming from outside.
"When I was locked inside that room 25 years ago,"
Did you hear
she paused.
that?
"I wasn't
Coming from
alone."
outside. We have to hide.
I asked her, "Who
Did
was
you hear
with
that?
you?"
It's
And
coming
she
from
looked
outside.
directly into
We
my
have
eye
to
and
hide.
said, "Another little girl."
Did you hear
I
that?
froze. Another little
Coming from
girl?
outside.
My mother had never told me about
Did
another
you
child.
hear that?
I asked, "Who
Coming from
was she?"
outside. We have
Ada's
to
eyes
hide.
filled with tears. Before she could
hear
answer,
that?
the light went off.
It's coming from outside.
The entire house was
We have
dark.
to hide.
Then we heard footsteps upstairs.
Did you hear that?
Slow footsteps.
It's coming from
Step.
outside.
Step.
We have to hide.
Step. My father
Did
suddenly
you
screamed,
hear that?
"No!"
It's coming
We
from
all looked
outside.
towards the staircase. A little girl was standing at the top. She was wearing an old white dress. She looked at me and smiled.
Who is that?
My mother screamed,
I don't know her.
Ada! But
Where did
Ada
she
was
come
standing
from?
beside me. So who was that little
Who
girl?
is that? I don't know her.
The girl slowly walked down the
Where did she
stairs.
come from?
She stopped. She looked directly at me. And
is
then
that?
she said,
I don't know her.
You finally found me.
Where did she come from?
My phone suddenly started ringing. I looked at the screen. My heart stopped.
You finally found
The
me.
caller ID. My sister. I looked at Ada. She was now terrified. She whispered, Don't answer it. But the phone kept ringing. Again and again. I finally answered. For several seconds, there was complete silence. Then I heard a little girl's voice. Amaka, I couldn't move. Then she whispered, Why did you leave me? The call ended. I looked towards the staircase. The little girl was gone. I turned to Ada. Who was that? Ada was crying. Then she whispered, The sister I told you about. She looked at me. She died 25 years ago. Suddenly, we heard 3 knocks upstairs. Knock, knock, knock. I looked at my mother. She was shaking. That's when I realized something terrifying. The woman who came to my door that night wasn't trying to enter my house. She was trying to warn me because something else had already entered. And until today, I still don't know who that is. And I don't know how I'm going to find out.